Which AI do you use? Do you know why you've picked it? Because most people don't. They grab the first one they heard about or switch because someone online said that was better. And they've been using it ever since. For everything, without ever stopping to ask if that AI is actually the right one for them. And that's a problem because these tools don't do the same thing at all. And if you've picked yours for the wrong reason, you've been leaving the best results on the table this whole time. And that's what this video is about. Hi, I'm Suzy, and I simplify AI for real life. One thing before we start. Stop thinking of this as chatbots. A chatbot is something you type a question into and get a text answer back. That's not what these are anymore. We're talking about tools that create images, write and fix code, analyze your data, create interactive things in your browser, create videos, hold conversations in real time with you. The range is wide, and most people are using about 10% of it. That said, the 10% matters. Picking the right tool for your 10% is the point. So let's get into it. ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the most recognized name here. And there's a reason for that. It was the first one and is the most flexible. The widest range of tasks in one place without having to configure anything or switch tools. That is its real advantage. Here's what it does that matters. Image creation. And this one I want to give proper attention to because it's become generally impressive. ChatGPT uses GPT images model. And what sets the latest version apart is how well it handles texts inside of images. If you ever try to get an AI to create an infographic with labels and phrases and had it produce garbled nonsense words, this one gets it right. Clear text, correct spelling inside the image. You can create a real infographic that you can actually use. For social media graphics, anything that needs visual design with readable text. This is currently the strongest option for this job, code writing and debugging. And I want to say this clearly because most beginners don't know it. You do not need to know how to code to use this. You can say, remove all duplicates from column B in my spreadsheet, and ChatGPT will create the code for you to do it. Rename all these files alphabetically or sort this folder automatically. You describe it, get the code, and run it. You can also paste something broken and ask what's wrong with it. Data analysis. Just upload a file, a spreadsheet, a CSV, a financial report, and ask questions in plain language. I uploaded 3 months of expenses once and asked where I was overspending it. It found a pattern I hadn't noticed, looking at it for days. You describe what you want to understand and it does the analysis. You can have a real-time spoken conversation with it. No typing. I use this walking my dog when I need to think something out loud. When my hands are full, I just talk and it responds. It changes how accessible AI is when you're not in your desk. Web browsing. It can search the internet in real time. So for anything that is current or time sensitive, it pulls information live instead of using the information was trained on. Custom GPTs. People have built specialized versions of ChatGPT for specific jobs. Resume writing, meal planning, legal documents, customer messaging. Free users can use this. Paid users can create their own. Memory. It remembers things about you between conversations. Free tiers gets a lightweight version, while the paid one gets a deeper memory. So you're not re-explaining yourself in every conversation. Now the honest part. ChatGPT is agreeable, sometimes too agreeable. Even though sometimes what you ask might not be quite right. And it doesn't always flag when it's not confident. For creative work and communication, fine. But for anything where accuracy really matters, verify the output, okay? Now who is it for? If you're juggling a lot of things in your plate and you want a tool where you can do a little bit of everything, ChatGPT is the easiest one to start. And especially if you're creating anything visual, social media posts, activities for kids, anything that is designed with readable text, the image creation here is generally strong. And I know what you're thinking right now.
Okay, Suzy, if ChatGPT is the easiest to start, why would I want to use anything else?
And that's exactly where this gets interesting. Solid across everything sounds great, but sometimes solid is not enough. And the next tool is where that shows up most clearly, especially for two things that are the most underrated ones. Claude. Claude is made by Anthropic. It's less recognizable than ChatGPT, and the things that it does better than the other ones are things that truly change how you work. Writing. For writing, Claude is noticeably better. Not a little bit better, a lot. The output doesn't have that flat tone that AI usually leaves. It keeps a consistent voice across a long piece, and it follows complex, specific instructions that sometimes the other tools can't. If writing is part of what you do, emails, reports, proposals, the difference is real here. Coding. Claude is one of the best tools in the market for coding right now. You don't need to know how to code to use this. You describe what you want in plain language, Claude writes the code, and you run it. But for people who do know how to code or are learning how to do it, Claude is the one developers usually reach out when they have something complex in their hands. It handles multi-step coding tasks well, it catches its own mistakes, and explains what it wrote in a way that is actually comprehensible. Claude Agents. This is newer and worth knowing about. Claude can now take multi-steps actions on your behalf automatically between different tools. Research something, compile it, organize it, and then take action over it, without you having to prompt on every single step. This is where AI is heading, and Claude is one of the tools that are leading it right now. Building working things. Claude can generate interactive working tools directly in your browser. I asked it to build me a budget tracker once. 3 minutes later, I was already using it. Not a description, a working budget tracker. Budget calculators, quizzes on the material you upload, decisions tools, client intake forms. Real functional things that you can use immediately. No code knowledge required. Long document analysis. Pasted an entire contract, a 60-page report, a full transcript. And then you can ask questions about the actual content. What are my obligations in section 4? Where does this contradict what we agreed last month? It works through the whole thing. Now the honest part. Claude doesn't have an image generation. If creating visuals is important to you, you need a different tool for that. The free plan also has the most restricted usage limits. You will hit them faster than you expect if you use it daily. Even in the Pro plan, it's really easy to hit the limits. Now who is it for? If a big part of your day is writing communications, emails, messages, reports, and you're tired of fixing that AI tone until it sounds like a human wrote it, Claude is where the difference shows up. It is also great if you work with long documents or if you work with code. These two are the ones that people compare the most. But the next one, real advantage, has nothing to do with the output. It's something more practical. And for a specific group of people, it makes the comparison with the other ones irrelevant. Gemini. Gemini is Google's AI. And the honest summary is, as a standalone in a separate tab, it's good, but not dramatically ahead of the others. But that's not what Gemini is for. Gemini lives inside of Google's products. Gmail, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Slides, Drive, Meet, inside the Google's world. And here's the scenario that made this click for me. I needed to confirm a date for my kids' school events. I knew I have received an email with a PDF like 1 or 2 months ago. And I have a Google phone. So I just asked Gemini to go into my Gmail and find the information I needed. It found the email, opened the PDF, and brought me the information I needed. I didn't open anything. I didn't search for anything. I was driving and I just asked. And that is exactly what it does well. It really helps you if you're inside the Google's world. Image creation. Gemini image creation is powered by Nano Banana model family, specifically Nano Banana 2 and Nano Banana Pro, which are part of the Gemini 3 series. Nano Banana Pro is specifically good for professional marketing and design work. You can describe what you want, iterate on it conversationally, and get high quality results. Video generation. And this is where Gemini is ahead of everyone in the list. VO3 is the current Google's video model, and it creates short clips from text description with sound, not silent clips, actual audio, ambient sound, speech, music. The results are still maturing, but nothing else here on this list does this at this level right now. And it's improving fast. Real-time web access. Gemini searches through Google Search. For anything current, time-sensitive, or recently updated, it pulls live information. Google Labs. And this one I want to mention separately. Google has a lab section with several other free AI tools that most people have never opened. And there's enough there that it deserves its own video. If you want me to cover it, comment labs below and I'll make that one. Now the honest part. If you don't use Google Apps, the biggest advantage of Gemini disappears. As a standalone, it will not outperform Claude or ChatGPT for most things. Now who is it for? If your day already runs on Gmail, Google Docs, which honestly is the reality of most people trying to coordinate school activities, work, home, Gemini is already inside the tools you use. The event school story in this video is a real example. That alone is worth knowing about. So now you got 3 solid options. But here's the thing that nobody talks about in these comparisons. For some specific jobs, none of these 3 tools are the best ones. And if you skip the next part, you keep using the wrong tool for these jobs without even realizing it. Microsoft Copilot is the same ecosystem logic as Gemini, but for Microsoft. If your day runs through Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or even Teams, Copilot is built into those. In Outlook, you can ask to summarize 40 message threads and get an action item list. In PowerPoint, you describe your presentation and it will build the deck. In Excel, you just describe in plain English what you want the formula to do and it will write for you. The value is entirely inside those Microsoft apps. But if you don't use it as a standalone, it's less impressive. Perplexity. It's in a completely different category. It's an AI search engine. It searches the live web and gives you answers with clickable citations so you can verify where each citation comes from. For research or for anything that you need to verify the informations, that is what Perplexity is for. Lovable. This one is for anyone who has ever wanted to build a website, a landing page, or even an app but didn't know where to start. Lovable lets you describe what you want in plain language and it builds for you. No code, no technical knowledge. And this is what people mean when they talk about vibe coding. You describe the thing and AI builds it for you. Lovable is one of the easiest ones to use. I'm going to cover this with much more depth because I think this truly deserves its own breakdown. And last but not least, NotebookLM. This is Google's tool for research and study, and it does something very unique. You upload your documents, texts, notes, YouTube URLs, and it will build an interactive tool to help you study. You can ask questions, get summaries, reports, and it can even generate a podcast discussion of your material. If you are a student doing deep research or you learn better through listening, this one is in a different category. Full video is coming. Comment notebook if you want it sooner. One more thing before the decision, because this is something that all these tools can do, but no one's talking about it. You can teach any of them to write in your own voice. In practice, it looks like this. You give these tools examples of how you write. Emails, messages, conversations. Then you describe your style. I write in short sentences. I don't use formal language. I never start an email with, I hope this message finds you well. The more specific you are, the better the output sounds like you, not like AI wrote it. I even took it further. I collected a bunch of voice notes that I have sent to friends and family on WhatsApp. I transcribed them and gave it to AI. So now AI not only knows how I write, but how I actually talk when I am unguarded. And the difference on what AI produces now after doing that than before is significant. But you don't need to go that far. Even a few phrases describing your tone changes what comes back. This works on ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Copilot, all of them. It's just context. And context is actually what makes AI useful for things that needs to sound like you. Now here's the actual decision. And I'm making direct calls because this is the point of this video. If you run through Google Apps every day, Gemini, it's already there. Also, if you need videos. If your work runs through Microsoft 365, Copilot, same reason. If writing is a major part of what you do and it needs to sound like you, Claude. Or if you need help with your code. The difference in writing quality is real enough. And if you want image creation, data analysis, code, everything under one roof and simple to start, ChatGPT. It covers the most ground. And for research resources, Perplexity, alongside with any of the above. And if you ever felt like knowing the options makes your life harder, not easier, I made a video for that. It's about using AI to break decisions loops. Just click here to watch it. Now here's something I want to say clearly because it changed the whole framing. You don't have to pick just one. I don't. I use ChatGPT for basic daily things, Gemini constantly for anything that touches my Google Apps, which is mostly my life, and Claude for any writing, code, or anything complex. Different tools for different jobs. That's a perfectly normal way to use AI, and honestly, is how you get the most of each one. But know that every one of these tools has something that will frustrate you. ChatGPT is sometimes too agreeable. Claude's limits are tight. Gemini outside Google Apps is underwhelming. Same for Copilot and Microsoft. Copilot's best features requires access that most individuals don't have. None of them are perfect. The goal isn't the perfect tool. The goal is knowing which tool is best for which job. And the only way to find that out is to start. If this helped, save it. You want it when someone asks you which AI to use and you want to give them a real answer. And if you know someone who is still using AI as a fancier search engine, send them this. If this is the kind of content that makes sense for your life, subscribe. I put out real AI for real people every week. I'll see you in the next one.